Shall I bring my next guest out? I don't know whether you're that excited. He is quite simply a global icon. It is, of course, Mr. David Beckam. Is that what it's like when you pop out for some milk?
No.
Not quite.
Not always.
Not quite.
Not always.
There is a lot of love for you here in the UK, you know that. And yet, in spite of that, you have made the ridiculous decision to live in a gigantic country full of idiots.
I mean, I made the decision purely, obviously down to, you know, the enjoyment of playing over there.
Yeah, you've got the career going on over there.
But my children have been happy for 5 years there. They're stable, they're loving life there. My eldest is 12 years old now, and he needs stability. So,
yeah.
We did it for that, but we also love living there.
Yeah, you know, I'm joking, of course. I love going to America, and I love Los Angeles in particular. What a fantastic place to be. But you're right, it's for the kids you've decided that, really.
Yeah, totally.
Isn't it? And they've all got their life there. I guess they're settled at school, and they've got... Do they do sports and pursuits like that? Do you have after-school activities? You have to run them around for?
I mean, they all do sports now, you know. They all play football, of course, which is amazing. And, you know, since I've had a daughter, I've got them all into martial arts. I've got Cruz...
What? So in case the boys get beaten up by her, is that what it is?
I just want them to protect her when she's
at that
age. So,
when she's at that age?
So Cruz...
Protect her when she's at that age?
Just at that age when she needs protecting.
When boys start coming around, maybe,
so
yeah.
Cruz does taekwondo, Brooklyn does boxing, and Romeo does karate, so they'll all be ready.
You covered all of the context, but well, there's the three boys right there. Brooklyn's the oldest, is that right?
Brooklyn's the oldest.
Yeah, he's 12 now, is he?
Then he's 12, Cruz is 6, and Romeo is 9. Okay. But Cruz is the one that's going to really look after Harper.
Really? So he's the tough one at the moment?
Yeah, he's a tough one.
So he's your favourite? No one has any favourites.
Of course we don't.
At least we don't admit it. So your little baby girl, he's 7 months now?
7 months now.
Wow, look at her there. Beautiful.
I mean, she's... I can't look at her without even, like, welling up. It's... I mean, she's so... After having 3 boys, you just assume, you know, that you're going to have another boy.
Yeah.
But when we got told, you know, she was a little girl, it was amazing. I mean, amazing.
So now you don't have to have sex anymore, though, because you've got one of each. So Posh can take a month off.
We might have 1 more or 2 more, you never know.
Really? You're thinking about a bigger family?
We're not thinking about it yet, but if it happens, then great. You know, we're enjoying the 4 kids as it is.
Hang on. If you're not thinking about it, then you either...
Well, it's always a thought.
Being careful or you're not.
I mean, it's always a thought. Yeah. I mean, it's always a thought, like I said.
Never far from your mind. Are the boys, do they show a big interest in football, in soccer as it's called out there, or are they, because of you, kind of deliberately going off into other areas?
No, they actually love it. They love playing, you know. They kind of come to training with me all the time when they're off school, and, you know, they love everything about it, and, you know, they'd love to be football players when they're older. So
you've got, how long you signed? Another 2 years with LA Galaxy?
2 years.
But you are, obviously, you know, you're in great shape, but you're kind of, by football terms, by professional terms, kind of getting a bit long in the tooth, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
What's the kind of... Do you have a game plan, an exit point when you've already thought, I might quit?
I don't, because I still feel great. Like you said, you know, I still feel fit, I still feel healthy, and while I still feel like I do, I want to continue to play, you know. I don't want to finish playing yet. I love playing the game. If I didn't enjoy it as much as I, you know, did when I was 21 right now, I'd know it was time to stop, but... Yeah, I'm 37 next birthday. Wow, 37. It's not that old.
No, it's not that old. But
I'm actually old enough to be Jessie's dad. You're old enough to be her granddad.
Hang on. True. It's true.
It is true.
Well, thanks for pointing that out. What's happening with the Olympics then? Because you've made it known That because some of you might know this, but football is an Olympic sport.
Yes.
Okay. So you've made it known that you, because we don't always take part though, do we, in the football Olympics?
I think this is the first time for a long time.
Is that because we've got England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland? You know,
I don't know. You know, obviously, I've never been involved in the Olympics myself. I've always been a fan of it, but you know, never been involved. But obviously, it being in the East End of London, me being from the East End of London, and being British, of course, you know, it'd be an amazing moment if I was selected.
And so you are still waiting to hear, because they've got, there's a certain number of young people team, but they're allowed a couple of wild cards, aren't they?
Overage players.
Overage players.
As we're talking about age.
Yeah. So you would be probably in that category.
I'd just make the overage mark.
Just about. So have you had a call yet?
Yeah, I had a call just to say, you know, I'd be selected at that point, and you know, it's great. You
so
know,
you have been selected?
No, selected for, you know, the selection process.
Oh,
so
blimey, they're stringing it out, aren't they?
I know.
It's like water torture.
I know, but...
So you're in the list of people who might get in the next list, who might then get a call from Stuart Pearce to say you might be able to come along and watch.
Yeah.
So when will you... But he must have tipped you the wink, David. He must have... Something in his voice must have given you a clue.
Not at all. You know, Stuart Pearce, you know, in his voice, nothing. You get nothing.
Well, when he called me and I said no, it was clear from the start of the conversation...
He gives nothing away, Pearcey.
Pearcey.
He'd be boss if I'm there.
I've never met Stuart Pearce. I don't know what he speaks like. But I've heard he's a very nice guy.
He's a great guy.
So he just phoned you and he said...
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But, I would be amazed if he didn't get you on board, because if he doesn't, it's a kind of...
I mean, if I'm fit and healthy, then hopefully I'll be selected.
Well, OK, are you fit?
Yes.
Are you healthy?
Yes.
Stuart, what the f*** are you waiting for? Excuse me, let me say that again to you. Stuart, what the blooming hell are you waiting for? Call in. Are you aware that you're quite attractive?
My mum tells me every now and again.
Does she still spit and wipe your face and tuck you in?
No.
No?
Not anymore.
I bet she tries to occasionally. If you had a smudge on your face, you would?
She has the boys to do that too now.
Oh, that's nice.
My boys, not just random.
not just her mandem.
No.
Has your mum got a mandem posse?
I don't want to know if she has.
No, don't. That sounded wrong as well, didn't it?
Really
OK,
wrong.
so, David. It must be lovely having the boys involved in sport, all active in sport like that. It must be, I would have thought... I know I'm sure you go out your way to make sure people are comfortable, but if there's a soccer match and they're playing, the other dad, seeing you come along by the side, that must be as intimidating as it is possible to be.
A little bit. I will tell you one funny story. I was watching the kids play the other day. Actually, it was it was the game just before they was playing, and I was watching, and it was still the same club. So it was the younger kids of Romeo, I think it was, and they're playing in the game, and there was a penalty given. You know, the kids are like 7 years old, and I was like, and he sent the kid off, and I was like, come on, you know, he's 7 years old, referee. You can't, you know, send him off. And he looked at me, he was like, yes, I can. I said, OK, well, you can't, he's 7 years old. And he came over and gave me a red card. And he told me to get out of the park.
Have you learned nothing, Beckham?
He told me to get out of the park.
No, he didn't, for real?
For real. The gate was only like 20 yards away, so I went to the other side of the gate and then came back when my son's game was on. But... You're right. The dads like seeing me there, and obviously I coach the kids as well at times.
So you coach the kids. So you, and I guess you're having been coached yourself as a child, you know what works. How do you motivate a kid to play well on a bad day? I
mean, you know, the motivation has to be there anyway. I think, you know, obviously there's so many distractions for kids these days. You know, the PlayStation, you know, which nothing wrong with them, of course. But I think that you know, the kids. If they've not got motivation at a young age, then installing it into them. You can do that, but I think it's difficult. But, you know, my boys, you know, they love... We was home at Christmas and, you know, they're obviously not used to freezing cold and, you know, they were out there literally every day until it was dark. So they love coming back to London, they love going for pie and mash. There
must be things like that you miss about being here, though. Are there those little things that you grew up...
I mean, it's the first place I go, you know. Every time I used to go around my grandparents' house, you know, my my nan and granddad used to always have pie and mash, and it's just a great memory from when I was young, and I tried to instill that into the boys. You know, it's important for them to have great memories, and they know that as soon as we land at Heathrow, we're straight to the pie and mash up.
Do but they're still very English-speaking, aren't they? They still have British accents, your boys, don't they? Or are they getting slightly American now?
Not anymore, not anymore. They've got American accents now, but I think I've said it once before that I was reading a story to one of the boys the other day, and they was like, "Daddy, you're so English." I was like, well, so are you boys, but, you know, they've lost their accents.
Hey, Daddy, get your ass over here. Who's want to be a taekwondo? Is that an approximation of how it sounds?
Yeah, it's near enough.
Does Victoria miss singing? Does she miss being with the girls, miss being on stage, miss performing?
I mean, you know, she's friends with most of the girls. Yeah.
I think we can guess which one she isn't friends with.
You know, she's got a great relationship with all of them. They went through such an amazing time together, the most successful girl band in the world.
Incredible story.
You know, I'm a fan of the Spice Girls. You know, they're amazing.
You were hoping they might perform again, weren't you, for the Olympics? Is that right?
I mean,
or do you hope it will be one of the sports?
I mean, there was a rumour. There's been rumours, but I think, you know, Victoria's so busy. She's got... Yeah. You know, she loved her time with the Spice Girls, and you know, she's a mum first off now, and then she's got such a successful fashion
business,
line.
isn't it? That's a
huge
business.
And a business. So she's got a proper job.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's like literally every day, and she's got a new line that's coming out next. What did I say?
I don't know.
A proper job. I'm sorry.
I think that because you clearly haven't. That's why you're still. It's true that you're running around chasing a ball like a kid. What's wrong with you, Beckham?
I know.
Grow up, Dad.
But no, she's, you know, she's got such a successful business going on. But, you know, also they've got the Spice Girls show that's coming out.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a musical, like Mamma Mia did for ABBA.
A musical, which is going to be incredible, which I can't wait for, because I love the Jersey Boys, I love Mamma Mia, you know, things like that. So the boys are going to
So you love a musical? You love a musical?
Love a musical.
What's your favourite musical?
I love the Jersey Boys.
I haven't seen that. I love Frankie Valli.
We've seen it about 10 times now, because the boys love it. There's a few swearing words in it, but they're fine.
Do you swear?
No, never.
Do you sing?
Sometimes.
Well, you know what we need to hear now, David.
Absolutely no chance.
Dude, what's wrong with you? Dad, go on, sing for the nice guy.